Am I the bad guy for not agreeing to do what my ex wants? I got a new job in another city. This new job pays a lot better than my last job. The problem is that my new job is 13 hours away from the city that my ex lives in, and we have a 14-year-old daughter together. My daughter wanted to come with me. We have been here for a few weeks and she's really enjoying our new home and her new school and has already made new friends. The problem is my ex wants to keep our last custody agreement. We didn't go to court, so it's just something we agreed on. Which is 1 week with me, 1 week with her, which just doesn't work anymore because she has to go to school. Now she wants to change it to weekdays with me, weekends with her, but I think it will be a waste of money to buy so many plane tickets, especially since my daughter doesn't exactly care about seeing her, and also I'll be very tiring for her. I offered to send my daughter there once a month, but my ex thinks I'm a bad guy. Sure, I can afford to send her every week, but she is a teenager with a life, and I think every week is too much. And my daughter agrees with me. I think offering once a month is actually a genius offer. So what do you think? Am I the bad guy for changing Wi-Fi password? I have a new roommate who moved in the apartment I've been for a couple of years. It's a company-provided accommodation. We don't pay any rent or utilities. The only expense I have for the house is Wi-Fi. Now when she moved into the house, she came in the morning, I welcomed her briefly and gave her the Wi-Fi password. As I'm working night shifts in my company, for like 1 month I didn't ask for money as she didn't spend much time in the apartment, and I wanted to give her time to settle in. Now, when I inform her that she has to pay, it costs around $50 per month. First she said okay, but after a few days she changed her mind and didn't want to pay as she wanted to use her mobile data plan. I was okay with it, as the Wi-Fi is an optional utility. Now the issue is that I didn't change the password immediately as I kept delaying it, and after a few days I was going back home for 1 month. I was planning on changing it when I returned back, but again I kept delaying, which is my fault, as the night shifts made me too crazy to do anything. Long story short, I changed the password the 2nd month after I came back from my vacation. When I changed the password, I received a message from my roommate saying that she can see I have changed the password and that there are no hard feelings for that. She also mentioned that she was buying detergent and a softener for both of us, as she wanted to thank me for the Wi-Fi that she was being provided for free. I do understand I did not clarify mention to her that I will be changing the password, but I thought it was understood that she should expect to use free Wi-Fi forever. Either way, she mentioned that she will not be needing the Wi-Fi as she will be leaving enough data on her mobile. But she said that since she noticed that I didn't change the password, that it was okay with her using it, so I'm not the bad guy for changing the password without informing her. As I felt the message was a little bit passive-aggressive, and also English is not my first language. To clarify, we're both expats living in a foreign country. I'm not the bad guy for not wanting my brother to come to a theme park with me. I have 2 brothers. Let's call them O and M. I have planned with O that I will stay for a week at the place after a concert in a few months. A concert where M and his girlfriend will come too, but it's not planned that they will stay after as his girlfriend leaves right after. O offered to take me to a theme park during my stay And I'm more than happy to spend the day with him because I'm only staying at his place to visit the city and he didn't take any vacation. Now the problem is that when we mentioned our plan to family, Am immediately said he would come with us. To be clear, we said we'd go together and didn't ask anyone else, but Am said he wants to go. That implies also him staying at our place with me, and that is not the week I planned. For more context, I have a diagnosis of autism and very much dislike changing of plans like this. Furthermore, Am has a diagnosis of ADHD, and no matter how much I love my brother, I can't stand how he acts in the theme parks. It's just because of how our brain works, but Am and I behaves very differently in theme parks. I function a lot more like O, and I know we have the same expectation from a day in the theme park. Even more trouble. I have a car that allows me skip lines because of my autism, and usually it's one person that can come with you, but in the theme park we'll go to it's two. So Am said it's great because, well, I will skip lines. And now it's not even because I don't want to go there with him, it's because I feel very guilty at making two people come with me because of my disability. Imposter syndrome much. So I told O that I don't really want Em to come with us because I wanted to spend the day with O, and that it completely changes the vacation I had planned. I haven't talked to Em about it yet. So I really need advice. What do you guys think? Am I the bad guy for not going to my mom's wedding? Hello? I'm female, I'm 18, and my fiancé 19 male are getting married in July. My mom, who was supportive at first, has now turned into the most difficult person to work with and talk to in regards of anything related to my wedding. In the beginning, when she was still happy for us, she has asked if she could handle making and sending out our invitations, and I had agreed because it was going to be a help. However, a couple weeks later, me and her going into an argument over the fact that she said I was being controlling and calling me names because I was making decisions for the wedding. And mind you, neither of me or my fiancé's parents are helping pay for any of the wedding, and we never expected them to. So when we wanted to make a majority of the decisions for the wedding, we think it's perfectly appropriate. My mom didn't like that, and the fact that we are only allowing wine at our cash bar, and saying that if people don't like it, they don't have to come harsh. I don't know, but it's how we feel. My mom then went into her closet, grabbing the dress she had bought to wear to my wedding, and throw it out the door into the front yard while saying, "I don't want something to do with your wedding anymore." After that childish act of hers, I decided I was no longer going to include her or update her or anything related to my wedding, and I believe it's completely justified for me to do so. It's been about a month later now, and she saw me starting to make my invitations because my wedding is less than 3 months away, and they really need to be done soon so they can get sent out in enough time. She got so mad and started yelling, screaming and stomping around the house, getting mad and accusing me of talking away during the invitations from her. She went off saying all sorts of horrible things to and about me, and said she hopes my fiancé leaves me because she says I'm a controlling witch since I decided to do my own wedding invites. I told her that I wasn't going to speak to her or give her any attention with her acting the way she was, and she told me she didn't think she wanted to go to my wedding anymore. It hurt a little, I suppose, but also a relief all the same time. Fast forward to this weekend, she decided she wants to go to the courthouse and get married to the guy she's not even technically together with at the moment, but has been on and off breaking up every 2 weeks and getting back together for coming on 3 years now. Mind you, this man has had cops at our house 5 times due to them arguing and fighting, with the 6th time he got physical with my 80-year-old grandfather. She's wanting intentionally to do it before my wedding, just so she could say she got married first. She's been married and divorced 2 times before, so after some thinking I decided that if she goes along with her plan, that I don't want to attend her wedding. So, will I be a bad guy? Am I the bad guy for refusing to be the godmother of my ex-newborn son? Me and my ex broke up 3 years ago. He cheated on me with his childhood friend, now his wife. We were on our 8th year together when I found out the cheating and broke up with him after that. He blamed me for everything. That is my fault, that he cheated. So the reason was because I love my sister more than him, that I'm always choosing her over him. It's not that I'm choosing my sister every time. It's just that both our parents are working overseas and my sister is still a minor, that why I can leave her alone at night and sleep at my ex's place all the time. Back to the topic. So after a month of the breakup, my friends, also friends of my ex, organized a dinner party. My ex shows up uninvited with his new girlfriend. I played ignorant that they were there, but suddenly he stands in front of me and starts yelling, saying why did I look unbothered that they were there, as if she's waiting for some drama. And she started calling me names and everything, like I was so bitter that my ex left me for her. I don't like confrontation, but I feel so disrespected that time. All my kept emotions start blowing. I fight back and we got into a physical fight. My friends stopped us and they kicked them out. Before they left, I told them that they will never be happy, and someday karma will haunt them, that they will lose something important to them. That was the last time I saw my ex. I heard that they got married after a half year and expecting a baby. And a few months after, I got the news that their baby died. My friends attended the funeral while they were there. They heard that my ex-wife hired a feng shui expert of something because they want some answers why their baby died. And that feng shui expert said that it was because of certain someone cursed them, and it will continue until they can fix it. And they think it was me? Like, what the hell? It's been a year since then. My ex reached out to me email and told me that they have a newborn son and asking me to be the godmother of his son. I refused because I didn't want anything to do with him. I'm already moving forward in life after a series of going to therapists because of depression and pain that they inflicted to me. Even his wife is keep on calling and sending me message through social media. I already blocked them, and now they talking to my friends on convincing me to accept it. They guilting me that if something happened to their son, it was my fault. That they already lost their first baby because of me, so now I needed to do this for their son. So they haven't even apologized to me. So I'm at the bad guy for refusing to be the godmother of my ex-newborn son. Am I the bad guy for going to a different country with another guy while in a relationship? So hello, this is a first for me. So I have a guy, best friend, since we were in kindergarten pretty much. We have always been really good friends, and I view him more like a brother more than anything. That being said, since we were younger, we have always dreamed of and planned on one day studying abroad in Japan once we got to college. Well, that time has arrived, and we have both been accepted into our program. We have a little over 2 months to go until we are supposed to leave, and we'll be gone for about a month. This has posed some new issues within my relationship. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 5 years now. He has expressed to me that he really does not like me going abroad with his friends of mine and would rather I not go. He has always been pretty insecure over this guy, having caused confrontations and arguments with him since the beginning of our relationship over us hanging out, not alone. The only thing questionable my friend has done that my boyfriend argued with him over, and I agree with, is that a few years ago he had my phone and claims he accidentally saw explicit photos of me in my hidden section, but he apologized to me, so I moved on from it. Ever since then, my boyfriend's bringing it up very often. Had my friend not apologized to me, I would understand him bringing this up often, but he has, and it was years ago, so I really don't know what else I could do to reassure him that there is nothing to worry about. We have been together for so long and I love him very much, but I hate having to constantly worry about him picking a fight with one of my best friends. I can understand him being a little anxious about me being abroad, but it's to the point where he says our relationship has changed and is strained because I'm doing the thing I said I would do before we even got together. I have never done anything even remotely disloyal to him and have always been faithful to him. I just really don't know what to do. I don't want him to be upset, but I also don't want to give up on this dream of mine. And also Eddie, my friend, is also in a long-term relationship. Am I the bad guy for calling myself and my friends colonizers? For the past few, there's been a thing in my school where a lot, not all black people, and some Hispanic will call the white kids, and some of the Asians colonizers. They thought it was hilarious and used it as a term to pick on people. It never really bothered me, to be honest. Well, we copped it, and now we call each other the colonizers. We're pretty open about it and find it funny. The group that started it find it funny at all and are claiming we are being racists. The way I see it, we took something they were trying to bash us with and humiliate us into a joke, but now they have told the administration and we all need to have a meeting, and there are talks of an assembly. Am I the bad guy for taking part in this?